Have you ever wondered if there's a hidden thread connecting every major religion in human history? What if the stories we've been told, from the Garden of Eden to the enlightenment of the Buddha, all point to a single, forgotten truth? For centuries, we've focused on the differences that divide us, the dogmas that declare, "My God is the only God." But what if that's the grand distraction? What if the real secret isn't in the heavens, but locked away inside ourselves? Let's begin our journey in ancient Sumer over 6,000 years ago. Here, on clay tablets, we find tales of the Anunnaki, gods who descended from the sky. They created humanity, gave them knowledge, and established the first civilizations. Sound familiar? Now, jump forward to ancient Egypt. The god Thoth, the divine scribe, bestows wisdom, writing, and magic upon humanity. In the Indus Valley, the Vedas spake of Devas and Asuras, celestial beings locked in an eternal struggle with humanity caught in the middle. The pattern begins to emerge. A higher intelligence, a sky people, interacting with early humans, often seen as gods. These aren't just isolated myths. Look at the biblical story of Genesis. The Nephilim, the sons of God, come down to earth and intermarry with the daughters of men. The Book of Enoch, a text excluded from many official canons, describes these beings, called the Watchers, teaching humanity forbidden arts, metallurgy, cosmetics, sorcery. This narrative of a fall from grace isn't just about a tempting serpent. It's about a transfer of knowledge, a technology so advanced it was perceived as divine magic. Consider the global proliferation of remarkably similar architectural feats. The pyramids of Giza, the ziggurats of Mesopotamia, the stepped pyramids of the Maya. All are massive, astronomically aligned structures built by cultures with supposedly no contacts. Mainstream archaeology offers plausible but separate explanations for each. But esoteric traditions suggest another possibility: a shared blueprint, a legacy from a common, advanced ancestral source. These structures weren't just tombs or temples, they were energetic machines, resonance chambers designed to interact with the Earth's magnetic field and, perhaps, the human consciousness itself. This is where historical fact bleeds into esoteric analysis. The core of this hidden secret, according to many mystical schools, is consciousness. All religions, at their mystical heartbeat, Kabbalah in Judaism, Sufism in Islam, Gnosticism in Christianity, or Vedanta in Hinduism, are not about worshipping an external deity. They are intricate systems for unlocking human potential. The gods, the angels, the demons. What if they are all archetypes, symbols for different states of consciousness and aspects of our own psyche? Think of the serpent. In the West, it's the ultimate villain, the tempter. But in the East, in traditions like Hinduism and Buddhism, the serpent or Naga represents Kundalini energia, coiled dormant power at the base of the spine. When awakened, this energy travels up the central channel, activating chakras or energy centers, leading to enlightenment or no. It's the tree of life within our own bodies. Could the story of Eden be an allegory for the suppression of this inner technology? The forbidden fruit wasn't an apple. It was the knowledge of our own divinity. the power to become as gods. This theme of suppressed knowledge is universal. This entity trapped our divine spark, our spirit, in the material world. Christ, in their view, was a messenger from the true, transcendent God, who came not to forgive sin, but to deliver secret knowledge gnosis that would allow us to escape the prison of matter and reclaim our spiritual home. Now, let's examine the symbols. The all-seeing eye, now associated with conspiracies, is found in ancient Egypt as the Eye of Horus, a symbol of protection, royal power, and good health. In Buddhism, it's the Eye of the Buddha, representing the wisdom to see beyond the material world. It symbolizes the pineal gland, the third eye, a small endocrine gland in the brain that esoteric traditions have long considered the seat of spiritual intuition and higher consciousness. The methods to activate it: meditation, fasting, chanting, yogarada, core practices of nearly every spiritual path. The rituals may differ, but the underlying neurological and energetic goal is identical. This brings us to the realm of open hypothesis. If this common thread is real, who wove it? And why was it hidden? Hypothesis 1. The ancient astronaut theory, popularized but often oversimplified. An advanced extraterrestrial civilization visited Earth in antiquity. They may have genetically engineered Homo sapiens, jump-starting our the knowledge they imparted formed the basis of all religions. But as they departed, or as humanity proved unready, the knowledge was corrupted and turned from a practical science of consciousness into a dogmatic worship of the gods who brought it. The secret was hidden in plain sight, encoded in myths and symbols, waiting for us to become mature enough to decode it. Hypothesis 2. The lost civilization. A highly advanced human civilization, like Atlantis or Lemuria, existed tens of thousands of years ago. They mastered consciousness, subtle energy, and Earth's sciences. A global cataclysm, like the floods mentioned in over 500 cultures worldwide, destroyed their world. The survivors, scattered across the globe, became the civilizing gods to the primitive tribes they encountered, seeding their knowledge which later grew into the world's religions. The memory of this golden age and its subsequent fall is the core trauma embedded in our collective unconscious. Hypothesis 3. The most challenging of all, the simulation hypothesis, but with a spiritual twist. Perhaps this reality is a construct, a divine game or learning environment. They all contain the same core cheat code that the player altered the game's parameters through the power of focused consciousness. The ultimate revelation is not that we were visited by gods, but that we are the consciousness that is projecting the entire experience. But the patterns are too persistent to ignore. The common narrative of divine intervention, the shared symbols of enlightenment, the parallel techniques for altering consciousness, they all point to a profound, unified origin. The book is not the God. The ritual is not the awakening. They are all fingers pointing at the moon. For too long, we have been worshipping the finger. It's time we looked where it's pointing, inward. The kingdom of heaven, the nirvana, the promised land, it was never a place you go to after you die. It's a state of being you can access right now. That may be the secret they've tried to keep from you all along. If this journey through history and mystery sparked something in you, don't let the conversation end here. Like this video, share it with someone who isn't afraid to question, and subscribe for more explorations into the hidden truths of our world. Thank you for watching.
If you love uncovering the truth, don't forget to subscribe. More hidden history is coming every week, only on History Uncovered.